What's going on, everybody? Welcome to AEW Revolution Instant Recap. It's been 16 hours since the start of AEW Revolution, but we're here and we're ready to talk about this pay-per-view event. We hope everyone had a good weekend. We hope everybody enjoyed AEW Revolution. We'll get into it. Matthew, we hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well that has joined us today. My name is John. I am joined by Neesin. Neesin, what's going on? He's searching. He's looking.
I'm searching for the lost life that I lost during this past 3+ hours.
Oh, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. I'm joined by the Wrestling Classic, Justin. Justin, what's going on, man?
Ooh, yeah, I'm good, man. That was definitely something, to say the least. I feel like I have to start off by being like, yeah, that's a no for me, dog. This entire show.
I will say, hot off the presses here, I dropped the chat. I dropped it in our private chat here. This is a direct quote after the match from Jon Moxley. Kenny Omega may be a tough son of a bitch, but he can't build an exploding ring worth of shit.
I think he's right. And also, isn't Jon Moxley supposed to be dead right now?
He's fine now. He's fine.
Why is he not tweeting?
Because Eddie Kingston covered him like a great friend.
And spoilers?
Oh my God.
We'll get to it.
Oh my God.
We'll get to it.
I actually got excited.
What did I just watch, guys?
Let's start with Pingle. Lead the show. Where are we starting?
All right, guys. Well, I want to know in the chat, we've got John, Ken, Christopher, Matthew. I want to know what you guys thought. A to F. Give me a grade of the entire show. And Ken says he has no words. I'll get Neesin. I'll let you go first. A to F. What did you think of this show?
Oh man, on a scale from A to F, I would definitely give it whatever Elon Musk named his son. Just a bunch of letters and characters. I don't know, guy. Like I can't even grade it on the scale. Like I don't feel like I watched a wrestling pay-per-view. Did anybody do you feel like you watched the rest? I paid $50 for that. I should have watched it on my mind told me to illegally stream it. So you know what? I'm not gonna grade that pay-per-view. I'm gonna grade myself. I give myself an F. I give myself an F for paying $50 during a pandemic for a pay-per-view that didn't feel like a pay-per-view that should have been on AEW Dark.
Wow. It should have been on AEW Dark. Justin, what grade? You said a no for me, dog, but does that mean a straight up F?
I mean, if it was an episode of Dynamite, it'd probably be like a B or something. But the fact that this is supposed to be a pay-per-view, which I thought would be a lot more, I feel mean giving it an F, so I'll give it like a C minus.
C minus?
I don't know. There's something like there's some wrestling that wasn't too bad, but it was pretty bad. A lot of it at the beginning felt like an episode of Dynamite, and I thought the end was going to change that, and it didn't. Like.
Oh man, Taz's commentary F. Everything else A.
For the matches, I'll have my comments about.
Yeah,
that.
we'll go over everything else.
Yeah,
Hunter, were we watching the same thing?
Why would Hunter say?
Hunter gave it an A minus. I will also say Hunter has a full recap on that #show.com right now. If you guys want to go check it out.
On a WCW 2000 then.
I mean, I think giving this anything above a B is we're grading on a scale. I don't know what kind of scale that is, but it's not a good one.
I mean, that's just being generous with the C minus. I know what it really lands on.
All right, so the first thing I want to talk about just in general is why is every AEW pay-per-view 18 hours long? Why do they feel the need to make every show so long and drawn out that by the time I do the show, if this was 2 years ago, I would have been driving down to the studio to start our 9 p.m. show, which we don't do anymore because we all have lives and we don't want to be getting out of a show at 10 p.m.
Well, I will tell you why they do that. It's because you have stupid people like me that pay $50 for a pay-per-view instead of illegally streaming it. That's one. Two, also, they do that because we talked about this. AEW is PWG on television. You remember PWG shows? They were like fucking forever. and so it felt like they last forever with a long break in the middle that was just there to sell t-shirts and to get people more drunk and to re-up on beer pitchers. So I think that's what AEW's in that mode. They want people to get the most bang for their buck, and then they want to also capitalize on that indie feel. Do I think it works? Do I think it's credible? Do I think it's good for the future? Absolutely not. Like, none of those things. We don't need a 4-hour pay-per-view of like every match getting 30 minutes. I don't want to see a 30-minute Matt Hardy match. I don't want to see it.
It shouldn't have even been as long as it was. It was 14:40. It should have shaved at least 5 minutes off it. At least.
It felt like 30 minutes.
It did. It felt very long.
No one was invested in the first place. Like, why was this Adam Page Matt Hardy match? Nobody cared. You built it in 3 weeks. Nobody cared. Nobody cared about the stipulation. The one thing that everyone cared about did happen. The Dark Order celebrated with Adam Page at the end.
Yes.
Honestly, I do want to point out, though, you brought up going to the studio and recording this. It's been, I think, officially a little bit over a year since
this was the pay-per-view we watched.
We watched the first Revolution pay-per-view together, and when I was down there at the studio with you guys, we ate some pizza, drank some beers, and watched the show, and we recorded a show after.
Well,
wow, how night and day AEW has become, because that show was tremendous. Yikes.
I mean, that show had the Young Bucks, Adam Page, Kenny Omega match of the year.
Moxley won the belt against Jericho is a good feeling.
Yeah. I don't think any of this had anything near match of the year. Superhuman's videos are better for you.
Comment of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
They couldn't even destroy the ring like they did 4 times in WWE with suplex. Like, let the ring break. Why couldn't the ring break?
We'll get to the exploding ring. Well, the exploding side of the ring.
You think they were like all high-fiving each other backstage when the explosion happened? Like Tony Khan and Cody, like, yeah, great explosion, guys.
I can tell you right now, if they were, they truly have never seen an exploding death match before.
If out of all of the equity they built, and even if the show was not as good as it was on paper, like as it planned out, it didn't time out properly, it was plotty, whatever. It could have all been saved with a proper ending. They literally like killed the finish of the whole pay-per-view. You botched the finish of the pay-per-view. That to me reminded me of a straight 1999-2000 WCW joint, and it was like Glacier coming out or something.
I actually got excited. Like, I got excited when the timer was going down. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be cool. And then it wasn't.
Of course, he had better pyros. Kane, like Kane had amazing.
Got that Titan money, dog.
Pyro, that could have been more explosion. Like,
hey, Khan got that Khan money. What was going on,
true,
man?
You know what? I was, I think the minute I knew something was going to be disappointing with the main event is when they didn't just have it on the football field. They should have had it on the football field. And they should have lit that motherfucker up.
That would have been great.
They could have done so much more if they had done it in the actual football field, because they wouldn't have had. When they had people standing like 10 feet away,
why did
I'm
they
like,
just move them out the
nothing
way?
Nothing is going to happen. Why do these people need to
move the football side too? Brought them over there for the last match. There was only like 1,300 of them. Could have worked.
Yeah. All right, let's go show by show. Did any of you watch the pre-show, and did any of you cry when Maki Ito came out?
I missed it. So you guys
I did watch the pre-show. Well, I watched some of the match. I did not cry, but I did say, wow, Pingo is in heaven right now.
I lost my mind. I was so happy. That was probably one of the best reveals for me, at least. I know we got 2 other great reveals, but I was just like, did not see it coming at all. And I love it. And she's going to be on Dynamite this week. I'm all for it.
So
guys, please keep the pyro jokes coming, please. I love them. Just keep them coming.
But
give us your best pyro jokes, please, in chat.
Quick question, like, because I'll be completely honest. Like, I didn't watch most of this women's tournament that took place on YouTube. Was Maki Ito not here the entire time? Was she in Japan? Was this? Like
she was in Japan.
Oh, okay.
And I will agree with John. Yes, it was very sloppy at first, but I feel like you know, the nerves were there. They're like, sing your song and then wrestle in on pay-per-view. So I think the nerves were there. But all right, Matthew, see you later. I think you said you're moving. Good luck with your move. Feel like I saw that up in the chat somewhere.
Hopefully it's out of Wisconsin.
It might be. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, I thought the match was fine. I think it was just like the excitement to see Maki Ito in an AEW ring was fun. And apparently she's hanging out with Britt Baker now, so that should make for some interesting stuff along the way. Yeah, I thought it was an okay match. Do we have anything we want to say about it, Neesin, or no?
I think I'm gonna go into the same thing I've been saying about the women's division. I love the fact that they're trying to integrate the Japanese wrestlers, but they have a star in their hands at Britt Baker.
Yeah,
like a legit star that hasn't even like sniffed at a title yet,
which is insane.
And so you want to get your women's division over, and I understand you want to have these Japanese wrestlers, but it's a thing of they can't connect to the audience at the moment. So why not have a person that is over with your audience right now, helm the title while you build these people, and then that way you could build two parts of the division at once. On top of that, where you had a whole tournament that damn near nobody's seen.
Yeah, and then was basically just to put over our current champion again.
Right. You know, so like that it frustrates. So watching that match when you had Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker, and
Rio and Maki.
Yeah, it was just like, what are we doing at the end? You got Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, which is more over than any of these women that are on this roster. What are we doing?
I'm with you, man. I don't want to skip ahead to the women's match, but when all those girls came out at the end, I'm like, why weren't half of these girls on this main card? Because I did not care about this match the entire time. Between
all right,
and this Okada, female Okada, like I wasn't with it.
Let's Pingo feels away. All right, let's go to it.
All right, we opened the show with the AEW World Tag Team Championship match between the Young Bucks and Chris Jericho and MJF. Young Bucks retain. How do I put this nicely? I was falling asleep during this match.
Me too. My God. Why?
This was your opener.
This was the opener. Like, I thought I was the only one. I felt bad because I was like, maybe because I'm watching an All-Star game at the same time. Shout out Tony Khan for just being fucking Thanos to like being a super villain to put the pay-per-view that I had to pay for against the All-Star game. But yeah, like it was really bad. Why start your pay-per-view off, your big, pay-per-view with this match? MJF and Chris Jericho are not gonna. Oh my God. Please, guys, keep the pyro jokes coming. I'm enjoying all of them.
You know what they did with that bad pyro? Like, they're never gonna live this down. But go on.
No, I'm done, man. They should have started off. They should have started off with a better match.
Yeah, I don't know what match they could have started off with because I don't.
The ladder match.
Maybe
it should have been the ladder match.
That good either, in my opinion. But like, I thought the match, like, technically sound was good. Like, MJF is a good wrestler. The Bucks.
Yeah. No, I mean,
as a working match is good. I think it comes back to the same thing I complain about all the time, even on the TWC show. Like, I wasn't invested in the storyline at all. In my mind, the Young Bucks are fighting the Good Brothers. The Inner Circle of beefing with each other. We saw no interference, like, in growing any of those feuds or anything or rivalries. Like, and it just was like, okay, you kidnapped their dad 2 weeks ago and cut a promo on each other this week. There wasn't enough for me to care about what was happening there.
When the minute I
against each other too.
Yeah, the minute I was like, I don't care about this feud is when Chris Jericho and MJF beat the shit and assaulted their dad, and they're like, should we take a jaunty jog backstage to go help our father who could be on the verge of death?
Yeah.
I just and it goes back to like, I'm not saying the match itself was solid. It was a decent match. Probably it wasn't solid enough that it should open the show. It didn't fire me up for the rest of the show for sure. But it just like, I had no investment. I didn't care. I was waiting for like, where's Sammy? Where's Santana Ortiz? Oh, are the Good Brothers gonna come out? And then when none of that happened, I was just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Guys, sorry, I'm laughing far too hard at these things.
Here we go. This is one of my longest friends, Kyle, in the chat. MJF's robe was the best part. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that Burberry robe was fantastic.
Yeah.
If we could get a merch of MJF's robes, I would definitely buy
Ooh,
one.
get a nerd clothing jacket.
When they did the little indie taker thing where he does the flip and then Matt Jackson got caught in the walls of Jericho. You guys remember that sequence, right?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Matt Jackson see his brother get tombstoned and then still went for the flip?
Okay, so
Might have been when my eyes were closed.
Yeah, because I looked away for a second, but I'm like, if that's what happened, why would he still do the flip? You saw your brother just get tombstoned.
This is the problem all night. We could dump to a lot of issues all night about like selling.
Going in deep here, I know, but like
like
that was one thing in this match. I'm like, why?
Brent Baker hit a DDT on Thunder Rosa, and Thunder Rosa popped right up to like do something else. Like my mom was like, "Wait, what?"
Fighting spirit.
Yeah, it's just fight. Yeah, the fighting spirit, guys.
You didn't sell that. Oh no, I have fighting spirit. So it's.
You're right. It's like a hologram Pokemon card at that point. It's just like back we used to cheat your way out of cards.
Oh my god!
That
all
was
right,
just curious. It was weird.
And then we had a 47-hour casino tag team battle royale for a shot at the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Holy hell! This was the explosives. Oh my god! Donkey Doug Bortles. Guys, Jungle Boy is amazing. Can we just let's start off there?
Yeah.
That I want to see more Jungle Boy Ray Phoenix in singles matches. Holy hell. Death Triangle gets the title shot. So much happened in this. I'm really not sure where to start. But I will say I love Bear Country. I wish they had gotten more of their shit in, but that's a tag team to watch in the future. They have been around for a while. They are fantastic. Other than that, I love that they teased that QT Marshall was going to be the Kane of this Royal Rumble, and I had to go breathe into a paper bag because why are we trying to make QT Marshall happen?
Isn't that the most exhilarating storyline, Tinkle? QT Marshall.
Your guy, QT.
That's what stood out to me the most in this battle royal was QT Marshall breaking up.
QT Marshall. Did he come out with his apple? I'm gonna be honest, I fell asleep during this match. Did he come out with his apple?
The logo has an apple in the middle of it.
Right, but he used to come out with an apple. Like he was.
No, he's angry at all snack foods now. He's evil. He's, as Kyle and I would say, new nasty QT Marshall because he eliminated the Gun Brothers and then he eliminated himself.
Was this on AEW Dark 5.0?
Yeah, it was on the pay-per-view.
I can't wait for Dynamite to see what QT Marshall does next.
I'm so excited that we will only get one women's match that'll get like 6 minutes, but we have to have like the saga of fucking QT Marshall and why he's such a bitter bitch all of a sudden.
Wow.
Hot take.
Don't worry, Cody Rhodes. We're gonna get to you in a couple of minutes. And I don't have a dog on my lap today, so I'm gonna be screaming.
Oh, I can't wait, guys.
This match, if it did anything, it did showcase how great the AEW tag division is and how stacked it is. They got a lot of great, which is a good thing. I didn't really get into the match until it came down to the final four with Pac, Phoenix, Jungle Boy, and Silver. Good 4 guys to drop it down to. Obviously, I'm a big Pac fan. I wanted him to. As much as I wanted Pac and Phoenix to win this, I wanted Santana and Ortiz to win this more because I feel like there's a story there. I think Pac and Phoenix. When I think of Phoenix, I think of him and Penta as a tag team and Pac separately. So that's where I'm a little thrown off by this. I'd rather have Pac going after the TNT title or something else. But other than that, like I Death Triangle, I'm good with it. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus will have tons to do still moving forward. The Dark Order is over as they are now. So will Pac and Phoenix beat the Young Bucks? It'll be a good match, maybe on a Dynamite. I don't know if they'll win the belts, but if they do, that would be cool. But it kind of feels like them putting the belts on another like mixed up tag team rather than one of the tag teams. And my hat's crooked. And one last thing I was gonna say was, where was FTR? Were they just not involved in this match at all?
No, I have no idea where they were. Like, did they just have the night off? I don't know what happened. I don't know. I legitimately do not know. It makes no sense as why they were not in it.
Okay, it's good to protect them and not have them get eliminated here, but at the same time, like, maybe cut a promo after or something, being upset that they weren't.
Do something. Beat up Ray Phoenix and Pac.
Help one of the guys get them. They could have helped Jungle Boy get eliminated or something. I don't know.
Yeah, literally could have done anything. Up next, we had the AEW Women's World Championship. Hikaru Shida versus
Wish.com.
Wish.com.
Guys, I'm literally crying because our chat has never been like just this.
Dude,
funny.
Guys, the chat is working on their tight five for late night.
Oh my god, I'm in tears right now. Okay,
Hikaru Shida versus Ryu Mizunami. My goodness, Junior in chat. Hold on, before we get to the match, Junior in chat. Did you notice that basically John Silver is Pac in reverse with the hair? They're just reverse people. But anyway, this women's title match, I'm done with the Hikaru Shida experiment. I mean, I thought she's been a really good champion. Let's move on. Let's move on. I'm done with it. I'm tired. Her offense, she needs to go away for a little while because I just don't want to see her anymore. I think she's a good wrestler. I have enjoyed watching her wrestle, but we need to move on. It's been too much. And
with the belt.
And the thing at the end was the most dog shit thing I've ever seen in my entire life. What was that? Everyone just comes out and is like beating each other up, and then it's like Thunder Rosa's like, here's your belt. Good match, guys. Like, I don't, and I thought for a second we were going to do Hikaru Shida, Nyla Rose again. And I'm like, the people running this women's division, they have no idea what they're doing. They have no ideas. They have one piece of paper that they've copied 15 times. And they're like, here's our plan. Let's just go to page 6 and just do that plan. And holy shit. I mean, Christopher says, get the title on Britt, which it should just be an impromptu match on fucking Wednesday, and she should just beat her in 5 minutes. Just fucking get her out the door. Let's get somebody new in there. I'm just so fucking done with this.
She's a fucking heel. Let her cheat and win that belt. Cheat out of the belt. Put on Britt. You know how much better it would be if we just went weeks and months of Britt cheating to retain the title and then cutting promos about how great she is after. Like it's written itself. It's like, listen, I've said this a million times. I think Riho grew on me. Like Riho now, when I look at Riho, I'm like, oh, you know what? At first I wasn't with it, but with time and the promos they showed of her, like by the time she lost the title, I'm like, oh, I actually like her now. So like, you know what I mean? I don't feel the same way about Shida, and no disrespect to them bringing all these women from Japan and stuff. But casual wrestling fans that don't have time to watch all this wrestling, like I can barely watch 3 hours of Raw. I watch SmackDown, I watch Dynamite, occasionally I watch Dark. They expect me to watch MLW, Ring of Honor, Impact, all these other shows. You want me to watch the Joshi Pro in Japan and New Japan Pro Wrestling? Us casual fans don't know who these women are. And if you're going to put half the tournament on goddamn fuck, we're not going to know who the fuck they are. So why wouldn't you put on some women from North America that we can relate to and then eventually build these Japanese women up like they built up Asuka in NXT or they built up Io Shirai in NXT, so by the time they actually win the belt, we care about them and we're invested. We're not watching over there.
Justin sounds a lot like me right now that I've been screaming on this show weekly about the non-existent women AEW division and how trash they've been treating and not even trash.
It's an echo chamber.
They're not making the smartest moves when they have the right pieces to make them. And that's what is irritating me, because you look on the other side, and I know we're not talking about NXT tonight, but yes, NXT is going to announce women tag team belts, which, yeah, it's a lot of fucking belts, and that just takes down the main roster. First, there's a main roster in NXT. It is a separation now.
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. But the major thing, the plus to that though, is NXT has the best women's division. The best women's division. And now with these titles, they're giving these women more opportunities to be on television on a 2-hour show. It's legitly like 50-50 matches that go on NXT. They have Japanese stars there. Why? Their number one star has been champion for what, over a year?
Almost.
Io Shirai's been champion for almost a year, right? A year.
I will check.
It's almost, because Charlotte won it and she won it after, but it's been almost a year.
So yeah. So why can't AEW? What's the difference between AEW's champion and why they can't be over versus NXT champion? Why she's major over? I'm
telling you, it's because they do this thing where they just cater to the fans they know they already have, instead of trying to gain new fans. And you gain new fans by giving exposure to people that we can relate to. Listen, I didn't know anything Asuka did in Japan. I don't know anything Asuka did in Japan prior to her coming to WWE. When she came, I know now because I've gone back, I've done my research, whatnot. But like prior to Asuka getting signed to NXT, I didn't know what she did in Japan. I didn't know what Io Shirai did in Japan. I didn't know what Kairi Sane did in Japan. But they did a good job developing their characters on NXT. By the time that they were in big-time matches for championships, or it was Asuka versus Charlotte at WrestleMania, I gave a shit about them. Because they let me get to know them from here. And I feel like what they do in AEW is they just expect that their fan base is that hardcore wrestling fan base that watches everybody. They're going to mark out just as hard as Nakazawa and Kenny Omega are marking out backstage for this stuff. Guys,
just watch AEW Dark and AEW Revelation, whatever the fuck Big Show.
Oh yeah, you'll get 17
women's matches tonight.
Exactly. Or BR Live.
BR Live.
Or YouTube if you want to watch half the tournament on YouTube.
And shout out to Anthony for all the jokes. He did.
Yes, Anthony is just
shout out to Anthony for all the jokes. Yes.
Up next, look. I don't know why if there was one match that didn't need to be on this pay-per-view, it was probably this match. It was Miro and Kip Sabian taking on Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. Before the match, we did the old Marty Jannetty to Chuck Taylor, threw him through the window. I thought the start of the match was funny, like hit my music and they bring him out and beat the shit out of him. But I mean, it was fine. I think Miro needs, it looks like we're going to separate those two because he blatantly pushed
Orange
Cassidy into Penelope Ford. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm excited to see if they do more stuff with Miro in a singles, but this match was just a match.
Can we talk about the crazy I don't even know what move it is, but one of Miro set up to his finisher, but like the way that Chuck Taylor took it,
the kick.
Uranagi. Yeah, the Uranagi. Oh my god! I instantly thought of your co-host for Tag Team Radio. I was like, can somebody check on her, please? Can somebody check? Are you gonna check on her because he may be dead right now? Like that was a vicious bump that he took.
I'll find the quote from her.
Just continue to. And even so vicious, Excalibur was like, I think Tony, our Excalibur said, yeah, he could have blew out a hip, elbow, knee,
literally like anything,
shoulder, like anything. What I got from this match was I'm really happy to see Kip Sabian get a pay-per-view match.
Yeah,
like I can't remember if he was on any other pay-per-view matches.
He was on the pre-show. He was on the pre-show for Double or Nothing.
Right, the pre-show. But like
he had a singles match. I can't remember.
For this to be to me like his first pay-per-view match. I thought kudos to him, man, because this dude's been talented, and I thought he had I thought he had a different like energy, a different look when he came in, and I thought he could really stand out. And then I looked on the other side of the ring. I was like, man, time has changed. Just 6, maybe 8 months ago, Orange Cassidy was the biggest wrestler in the world.
Yeah.
And now Orange Cassidy is an afterthought. And it's so crazy. It's legitly so nuts that they have the talent there to build, like, legitly people are like clamoring that's outside of the wrestling community that you could build up. Kip Sabian is big on Twitch. He could build up, like, all these things could be built up. And instead, you want to continue to bring in stars, or you want to push the same people in the spotlight. It boggles my mind with how AEW books their talent. It really does.
Once again, there's absolutely positively nothing technically wrong with this match. Like, it was a good match.
Oh no, I mean,
Miro pushed Orange Cassidy, Penelope, tension there, like they had some layers on the beating before the match. It just, once again, it just didn't feel like it should have been on this pay-per-view. It felt like a Dynamite match. I would have rather seen FTR with Tully versus Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt on this show. If that's what.
Yes.
Was it happy that Kip Sabian? I'm a Kip Sabian fan too. I've been a Kip Sabian fan. He showed up here, similar to Neesin. He had the look. I thought he was talented. I remember him kissing someone in the crowd one time. I'm like, this guy's got some charisma. I'm with Kip Sabian. The package with Penelope is dope. Together, they're dope. So I agree about that. It's good to see Miro finally have some fire in him again. I know we went off a Dynamite one time with him standing strong and looking all angry, but then we didn't see how the mighty have fallen when it comes to Orange Cassidy. Let's hope something happens, or he gets involved in some feud with somebody. Like, I don't know, maybe we'll get Orange Cassidy versus Mr. Christian or something. Who knows?
Mr. Christian.
Mr. Christian.
Mr. Christian.
Hello, I'm Mr. Christian.
Last but not least, and this is going to make me sound like a bad person. Listen, I'm not like Pot Pack or like Pete Dunne over here. I'm not some jacked up dude or whatever.
Nah, you're a bad person.
But I'm very happy that Chuck Taylor decided to put on like a top, because geez.
Is your host?
No,
is your host?
She's
not
not
watching,
she's
right?
not
Okay, cool.
Because come on, man, go to the gym or don't be on TV. You're on national television, bro.
Yeesh.
Hey,
I hated his commentary in PWG too.
Wow, just coming for Chucky T.
I'll be watching Bola, watching a banger, and there's Chuck Taylor taking nothing seriously.
All right, let's move on to the big money match. The winner of this match would receive the loser's 2020 first quarter earnings. Hangman Adam Page defeats Big Money Matt Hardy in a match that I had already said went on way too long. Hangman Adam Page, I think, once again, is the guy. We're just laying in wait, I think. And my friend Kyle, shout out to Kyle, who still might be in here, went so far as to call him our Magnum TA.
Oh, that's a good.
All right,
which I think is a very good comparison.
Yeah. I got a few things about Hangman.
Yeah.
So can we have Hangman turn on a Dark Order and join the new Four Horsemen with Tully and FTR and Sean Spears, and possibly kick out Sean Spears and replace him with somebody else?
QT Marshall? Yeah, let's do it.
No, let's not do that. Okay, let's not watch your mouth.
And Cody.
Watch your mouth. But yeah, even Cody, like have Cody turn on the Nightmare Family and have him, and then have the Nightmare Family break up because they've been nothing but a nightmare anyway, and then have Cody, FTR, and Hangman be the new Four Horsemen.
Oh, with Hangman, that's just power right there. That's a
come on. Like, I think
that would be great.
Hangman is that guy, and I'm happy that he has something with Dark Order. I think it's great for a setup for something else, right? And I feel like the Dark Order is like the Dark Order is like their scapegoat, right? It's just like
they're the Muppets.
Oh, how do we get out of this? Let's use 5. Okay. How do we get out of this? Let's use 10. It's like that's their escape for everything. The Muppets. But this went on far too long. Hangman is a star. Why is he going 15 minutes with Matt Hardy? It's no need for that. And why is Matt Hardy getting this much offense? There's no need for that. And also, why have Private Party on the side and not do anything and just get on the freaking ring? Like,
do you know do you know what I was waiting for? Like, Mark Quinn hops up and I was waiting for him to go, line?
Yeah.
Line? What are you doing, dude?
Man, I was the whole time, I'm like, okay, he's distracting the ref. He's just standing up there, but nothing's happening. Like nothing. And then to the point where the ref went on the other side. So I'm like, oh man, that would have been dope. Like, so we thought they, he strikes, so the ref goes on the other side and try to get him down. And then the other one gets nothing happened. Nothing happened. Guys.
Nothing happened.
I just
15 minutes of nothing.
There's always a match on a show that kind of takes you out of the show. This was that match. I just wasn't paying attention. I did pay attention in the end there when they started jumping on the apron and stuff, because I was like, oh, maybe the Dark Order is going to come now. But yeah, it was just, why wasn't this like Hangman against one of the Private Party guys? Why wasn't this like a 6-man with Hangman and 2 of the Dark Order guys? Like something that would just make it a little bit more entertaining, because no disrespect to Matt Hardy, he's a legend, he's great. Nobody wants to see him wrestle no more. I was happy when he moved to this managerial role. Like, this is great. The last time we saw him wrestle, we thought he almost died. Like,
yes.
Like,
no more, please.
I'm okay with seeing Matt Hardy wrestle. Like, I liked him. Like, this could have been like a shining moment for one of those Private Party guys to have a banger with Hangman Page.
But people want to see Sting wrestle.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm happy Hangman won. To Kyle's point, I like the whole Magnum TA thing. So as much as Hangman and the 4 Horsemen would be dope, the 4 Horsemen wouldn't be as popular as they were if there wasn't a Dusty Rhodes and a Magnum TA on the other side. So keep them out there.
Yeah.
Imagine Cody's in there. Who do you want Cody to fight?
But I think the one thing, like, I think that's a cool, interesting angle. But like, if we turn Hangman heel, we might as well just change the colors to black and gold and call it NXT.
Fair.
Well, yeah, but
how many heels do they need?
This is true. But when you have a group full of, you have a whole faction of single star heels in one tag team, and the tag team doesn't get the tag team doesn't get the run, and they beef with each other. Like, I don't, that faction should be broken up.
I think it is this week.
Don't worry.
I mean, it will, but like, it should be broken up as heels. There's no reason that heels should be fighting heels.
I agree. So you want more of a like all for one for all kind of thing. So like at the end of the day, we'd have FTR with the tag titles, Cody with the TNT, and Hangman with the
with the
all wearing suits walking around.
Oh my God. Yes. I think that to me is the move. Like, that's money. If that's what the Inner Circle, they thought the Inner Circle was going to be.
Yeah.
That's what they thought, like, that, any other faction they try to put together was going to be. But if you put Cody, like, if you put Hangman and Cody being a second to Hangman, and then you have FTR as the tag team, you could build anybody. You could have Eddie Kingston. That was clearly a move for Eddie Kingston to turn babyface, right? So you could have Eddie Kingston go after Hangman. You could have Moxley go after Cody. You could have the Young Bucks go after FTR again, or you could have them go solo, because I really don't like Matt Jackson selling, by the way. It's just too cartoony. It's like Chris Jericho in '99. You could have all these other crazy matchups
today. Well, none of us are getting hired. I'm just saying that right now. Keep going.
I'm not trying to look.
I don't need to be hired, but I mean, thank you, AEW, for the consideration.
And it's not being like, it's really just being constructive criticism, because I know we're not the only ones that feel like
wearing a shirt was constructive criticism. Trust me.
We're not the only ones. Yeah.
And like, also, like, I'm gonna shit on the rest of the show, but I'm gonna watch AEW every week.
One last thing I want to say about this topic, though. The one thing I think that can happen if Cody turns heel and joins this 4 Horsemen thing that they've been doing forever is
Cody's a heel, dog.
Dude, this is the way that Cody Rhodes can be like, hey, listen, I don't give a crap about your fans. I'm going after the world title.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like Cody is a heel. Cody He got booed to the heavens.
Like, yeah, why do I kill? That's how he does it now. That's how it happens.
So before we move on, Christopher asks, why are we so down on Spears? Here's the thing about it. I don't want to be down on him, but I don't know why I am. Like, I feel like he's very lost. But I hope, him being in like the fold now with FTR, maybe it'll give him a little bit of juice, and maybe I will be like, all right, I'm in. We'll see. I have no ill will towards him.
He just needs something. Yeah.
He's a good wrestler. He's a good promo, which something's not clicking.
And maybe it will now. We'll see. All right. The chairman. Moving on to the face of the Revolution ladder match for a future AEW TNT Championship match.
I think that makes him more of a heel because he's on a TBS show, by the way. That makes him a heel. Like, just put that out there.
We had Scorpio Sky, Cody Rhodes, Pentagon Jr., Lance Archer, Max Caster, and a debuting All Ego Ethan Page. Scorpio Sky wins this match. All right.
Do they have to pay royalties to Sonic the Hedgehog for that brass ring or what?
Man, I hope so. I hope so. What an absolutely ridiculous fucking thing to have to go get.
It's like they're looking for things for wrestling fans to make fun of them for. Like, why are you doing this to yourself?
So everybody thought Sonic rings, and I thought of a hemorrhoid donut because I was like, why?
Oh.
I was like, oh, people are just going up there to grab a hemorrhoid donut. That's cool. And then he hugged it. Oh, okay. That's great. Just hugging donuts, huh?
Imagine taking that ring back to your hotel room and being very proud to hold it.
walk into the old
airport. You're like, I just got my brass ring. I'm just gonna do.
Well, you gotta carry it around with you everywhere you go.
Props department came back and was like, "How's this?" And they went, "Oh, we were just joking." That's literally what happened. So this match was fine, except Cody Rhodes decided he needed to go do a fucking side quest halfway through the match, and he needed to take all the fucking attention away from the action so he could stand in the fucking aisleway, go like, guys, my arm, it hurts. Do you think it hurts too much? I don't know. They were having a full-blown fucking West Wing conversation in the fucking background. Cody Rhodes, go to the fucking back. Stop taking away from the action in the ring, you fucking selfish asshole. What are you doing?
Extra, would it even be All Elite Wrestling? They're always extra. Look at the man's entrance is extra. I'm a Cody Rhodes fan, and I'll always be a Cody Rhodes fan.
Come here, Arn. Come here, my dog and my other dog and my wife
and
my Christmas tree. Yeah, guys, I'm having a girl. Did you see it on the screen?
I'm a Cody fan, but he's extra.
No, fuck him. I'm so fucking over it, dude. Like, if he came to me and was like, hey, I heard you talking shit. I fucking hate you. It's all gimmick. I'd probably be like, all right, that's fine. But I don't feel like it's a gimmick. I feel like he's like, hey, guys, what if I stood in the fucking background while the guy who signed a contract here that we're like, come to AEW, it'll be great. We'll have a lot of fun. How about if during his debut match, I'm selling an injury in the fucking entranceway with fucking Jerry Lynn and Jerry Flynn and Glacier and fucking Dean Malenko and Villano 7 all around me, and they're all really concerned about me. How about we do that for 25 fucking minutes while people are trying to pay attention to what's going on in the ring, but they can't because I'm fucking sitting over in the corner trying to complete this fucking side quest.
Guys, if you haven't, this is your first time watching that hashtag show wrestling, weekly Sunday show usually every Sunday at 7:00 or 10:00 Eastern, or after every pay-per-view. John Pingle does not like Cody Rhodes, and he makes
the Undertaker too.
In the Undertaker, and Tamina, and it's a laundry list. It's a list. It's a list. But
this is just, it's just disgusting. It's just absolutely fucking disgusting that he can get away with this. But he's an EVP that doesn't fucking do anything besides make fucking announcement videos that no one gives a fuck about.
So I don't hate Cody that much.
I'm getting there. Like I'm getting there.
But I see, I see you, and I understand you, and I get where you're coming from. I get it.
Well, you are more explosive than the pyro.
They should have just hired me, and I'd been like,
I would have dropped a pipe bomb on Cody.
explosion, and I just stood in the ring and did exploding things around everybody.
I will say this about that match: the right guy won. The guy from Acclaim had his best freestyle coming out intro.
Oh my god, that was
the best
amazing.
one. And secondly, he's a fucking star. Ethan Page, I felt like like I said, the right guy won, but I felt like if anybody else should have won, Ethan Page should have won.
Should have been yeah.
But I'm not mad at Scorpio Sky winning. I guess he's gonna turn kind of heelish.
He's already
found that. So that's a thing. But this sums up the whole match. When Cody Rhodes came back, he got booed to the high heavens,
which was
when
great.
he was on it. And so it's like, guys,
turn him heel.
Please listen. He is a heel. He is a heel. He is a walking heel. He should have stayed a heel when he came back and dyed his hair and was all Spider-Man 3. He was Spider-Man 3, Cody. He should have
for a week.
He should have stayed that. But hey man, this match, they did their thing. I felt like, yes, a lot of stuff was plotted. Yes, it was a hemorrhoid ring that they had to grab. But at the end of the day, the right person won, and people did actually shine in this match. Also, Pentagon shouldn't have been in it because it was no reason. Like Pentagon, and they could have found anybody else but Pentagon and Lance Archer, because you knew both of those people were not going to win.
I think Archer did fine.
Oh, no, he did fine. He did fine. Fine.
He's a fine wrestler.
Lance Archer is the Baron Corbin of AEW. Let's just be real.
Wow! How dare you talk about?
How dare you talk about Baron Corbin like that? How dare you,
King Corbin?
If they put Pentagon with Phoenix in the tag match and had Pac in this, it probably would have been a lot better too.
Oh my lord!
And
yes,
don't be disrespectful. Say King Corbin, like Pingo said. Okay.
And three, we should have known Cody was extra when everybody else was wearing pro wrestling t-shirt, and this man decided to roll in the suit the whole time. The man's extra. That's just who he is. He is a true heel. When they booed him when he came back, I was like, thank you, because we've been missing fans all this time, but now the fans are back, and they even are showing like, yo, this guy's a heel. We don't like it when he does this extra stuff. Turn him heel, put him with the Horsemen, make it happen. The right guy did 110%. And the only reason I think you couldn't have Ethan Page win is because it would have been very similar to like when they brought in Brian Cage and then he just won the chip. Anytime you a new guy, they can't win. Otherwise, it gets too obvious. Because they love, and don't be wrong, I'm sure we're going to get another multi-man ladder match, a Double or Nothing, and a Battle Royal, and maybe for it, because that's what we do in this company, tournaments, ladder matches, and Battle Royals. But things that I used to like these things, and now I feel like I see them too much. But I think the right guy won. And it's long overdue. They've been, I forget who I was talking to. It could have been a Clubhouse, could have been the TWC show, could have been anywhere. But I was talking about how they've started and stopped with Scorpio Sky so many times. Like it feels like they're going somewhere with him, and then they just stop. They feel like you're going somewhere, and then they cut the legs out from under him.
Well, because Cody had the belt. He can't beat Cody.
I was about to say.
That's why.
Let him run with it now. Let him beat Darby or whoever. Like, let's have a Scorpio Sky moment. I mean, if they've been watching WWE, they're clearly missing the memo. Like, get with the program, man.
Scorpio.
Don't get with the program because WWE's pushing African American people. Get with the program because he's that guy. Well, they should have got with the program.
And when they split him up from SCU, like I thought he had the matches with Jericho where it seemed like they're pushing him as a big deal. And then
that was like a year ago, basically, right?
Time.
He was doing some like crazy feud on Dark. I don't know if you guys watch or something.
No.
Like,
what?
No. I have a life.
I don't know.
That's a call. Don't say I have a life. That's not
Nobody
nice.
watches Dark, guys. Like, why do you have all these matches? The reason why I have a thing with Dark is because why are you having important matches on your YouTube show that you're barely even supporting on your television show? Like these,
they debuted the waiting room on Dark rather than on Dynamite.
Like,
yeah.
Come on, guys. That's why. Dark is not their A or B show. Dark is what WWE considers like they put on Twitter.
Main event.
Ooh.
Mansoor is the main guy there.
So before we move on, Adrian has a great point. Scorpio Sky does have the skills to be a main eventer. If you were familiar with, I think it was his Wrestling Circus run, that promotion where he was their world champion. He was just like the shittiest of heels, and he was really, really good at it. And we could see that again, and I think it would be great. If he does not win on Wednesday, I will be shocked.
Is he turning heel? Is that a thing that's happening? I don't know.
It's happening on commentary. He was making guarantees and talking shit.
I just feel like it's more likely he'll win then. If it's
I mean, he better win.
I mean, if he's an uber good guy, right? Like, you can't.
Well, I would ask this: whenever somebody cashed in a chip or a thing, did they win?
Not yet. No.
Exactly.
I love that we don't know what to call this brass ring, like a thing.
a brass ring. That's.
Where does Ethan Page fit in? I don't even know, guys.
I don't know anymore.
Is he a dark talent? That's where Matt Sydal lived for a while.
Holy hell. That would be.
Matt Sydal signed?
Could you imagine signing a contract and then being like, we're going to debut you on pay-per-view? All right, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. No, we're going to show you on Tuesday. It'll be match 12 of 75. It'll be 2 minutes.
You're gonna come out on Rumble, and then you're gonna be the third match on Superstars,
and it'll be against Serpentico. 3 minutes is tops. You're good to go. That's it.
They thought they were cutting time on the show by cutting like the entrances of the enhancement talent, but yet somehow the show still ended up being 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Well, so this show won't be 2 hours and 13 minutes.
No. All right, next up we had a street fight. Darby Allin and Sting taking on Team Taz, which is Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. I probably am in the minority where I did overall enjoy this. I liked how it was shot. I wish producer Junior messaged me. He's like, I wish they'd shut the fuck up. And I'm like, no, I'm kind of enjoying it. And then I was like, no, you're right. They clearly scored it, and we couldn't hear any of the music because we had 4 fucking dudes talking over it. I really enjoyed how it was shot. I thought they did a lot of fun things. Oh my god, when they threw Darby into the glass thing, and then they cut to that side shot of him and it hitting him in the back of the head. I thought that was pretty cool. Overall, I liked it, and I thought Sting was going to win via roll-up, so I laughed for a second, but that didn't happen. But anyways, what did you guys think?
Overall, I liked it too. Same complaint, just the commentary. I wasn't a huge fan of the commentary. Rather, just talking. This was the best Brian Cage has looked in so long. I was like, yo, this is the Brian Cage I need. Other than that, like, I actually enjoyed it. If that's a minority opinion, I don't know, but I enjoyed it. And the way it was shot was cool. If this was WWE, there'd be 50 million thousand camera cuts. This was like.
It felt natural. It felt nice.
This is like DC compared to Marvel. You know, WWE's Marvel. This is some DC shit because it's like darker, more clickier to look. Where Marvel's all colorful and crap. And
if it's a street fight, why was there a ring? That's a great question. You know what? Fuck this match. You're right, Junior.
No, it was good. It was good for the one.
Wait. Yes. Wait. Hold on.
Fuck this match.
Yeah, you say. That was Marvel and our NXT is WWE's Marvel and that's DC. Yeah. Marvel had DC had some very shitty movies. Let's just be real.
Hold on here. Breaking news from Neesin. DC had shitty movies.
Shitty movies, guys.
What?
But I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for the Snyder Cut. Just FYI. Oh, but on another note. WWE wouldn't do like they don't do on their pre-tape stuff. They don't do camera cuts and shit like super cuts and all that other shit like that. I thought this was shot very well, very put together. I really loved it. I didn't want to hear them talk. I wanted to hear the music under it. I wanted to feel because that provides the energy, that provides the tone for it. I love that about this. This street fight. I didn't feel like they should have called it a street fight. I felt like they should have called it like abandoned building, like brawl and then not have a ring in it, because a ring was weird to have in it, but
unsanctioned match in an undisclosed location.
Yeah,
There
just
you
one
go.
of those. And man, Sting, shout out to Sting for every time he got thrown against the wall, I was scared to death. I was just scared, but just shout out to him for putting his body on the line for that. And Darby Allin, of course, is fucking crazy. But the one thing that stood out to me was Hook. I really want to see Hook.
Dude.
Yo, Hook.
Let's
Hook,
go.
The intensity in Hook. I was like, all right, I'm sold. Like, this is the I don't know if this is like so thought out to like, yo, we're just gonna have you like as just like the youngin, like the hood, quiet, you do stuff here and there, but then you go and fucking wreck shop against Sting on a fucking pre-tape, dog, like, and actually have the intensity that half wrestlers that's out right now can't even get, that's been wrestling for over 5 to 10 years. Like, shout out to Hook. Like, Hook has it, and I can't wait to see it.
I am hyped, dude. When he locks on the fucking Taz mission in one of his first match, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind,
bro.
Start throwing suplexes. I'm ready.
I'm ready. I am so ready. I hope his like finisher is something dealing with lacrosse, like a lacrosse like clothesline or some shit.
Now that we've seen this, though, do you think there was potential of a Sting and Taker cinematic match if they ever pulled the trigger on it back then?
Yes,
absolutely.
There's a potential.
I think this is the biggest fuck you. This is the biggest fuck you to WWE.
Yeah. I think with all of the older wrestlers, no matter how we feel about them, there's always the potential to have a cool looking cinematic match.
I was so happy when it came up and it was a cinematic match. I'm like, I don't know if I want to see Sting in the ring. I don't.
I was scared, and then we got that like crazy, like Fast and Furious cut of the car, and I went, yeah, all right, here we go.
I like the way it ended off with Sting's look. Like, he just looked over his shoulder, and I was like, that's like a perfect storybook ending. But then I'm like, oh, Cody still wants to fight him. I know.
I do feel bad about people that was actually there. Like, I know they're gonna have a Firefly Funhouse match with Randy Orton and a Fiend, and now that you're gonna have like at least 30, 22,000, whatever people, like, they have to sit there and watch that. The best thing about that is we got to watch it at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it so you didn't have that. We didn't have that like random cut to the arena that like watching people watch it on the screen. Yeah. Like, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel bad for the people because they did have to watch that.
I was gonna say, like, I was in a Discord chat with someone that was there live, and the one thing they did say about enjoying it was they got to actually watch it without the commentary in the stadium, obviously. It is really good without the commentary, like that non-commentary cut. Like,
that's fun. I mean, that's great. I mean, I hope I don't know where they would put it for free, but maybe
their favorite thing in the world, YouTube.
Maybe they'll put it on YouTube without the commentary. I think that would be nice because I want to hear that music. I want to see what's going on with that. And yes, I hope they use Jeff Farmer as the stunt double.
No one never says that about AEW. By the way,
I
want to hear that music.
Let's move on to our main event of the evening, which was.
We just quickly.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Yeah,
because talking about theme music, Christian debuted, guys.
Yeah, thank you. I almost split right over it. I'm just looking at the Revolution results on Wikipedia. Yeah. Christian Cage came out.
He had no involvement with announcing it, though. How about that?
It was just a podium with a contract. He got into the ring, signed it, left it in the ring, and walked away, and that was it. I'm
with it. I don't know what he's going to do, but I'm with it.
I am also down. I know there were a lot of people that were speculated that I was basically Charlie in the mail center trying to figure it out this week.
I can contest, guys. I can contest.
I'm glad it's Christian. I think but I also think it's absolutely hilarious that it's Christian because that he told WWE he wanted to come back. Mm-hmm. And they said probably thanks, no thanks, because he's always been the second fiddle there. And he's like, all right, well, I'll just go TNA Impact this shit, and I'll go over to AEW, and they'll treat me like a star. So good for him. I'm glad he's and he's also using his TNA music, I believe.
It sounded like it, right? It was.
Yeah.
just like so great. I
I
love
heard it,
that.
like, this is a familiar song because when you brought up theme songs, that's why it clicked in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, Christian. It's the song. When I heard it, I'm like, yo, I've heard this before.
So, I mean, I'm excited for him because he's obviously made the choice he thinks he will be used to the best of his ability. I'm disappointed that we will not get Edge and Christian. I'm disappointed we won't get Big E Christian. But I mean, hey, this should be interesting.
So does that mean we definitely got to get Jey Uso versus Big E at WrestleMania, right? Like that's the only.
I hope so.
That's the only value. Like, if it's not gonna be Jay, if we can't give Big E a big legend match, we give it to the damn second best heel on SmackDown right now, which is Jey Uso.
That would be great.
I feel
he gonna get him, Oos.
We're not talking about the but I'm like, there's still Kevin Owens around. There's Daniel Bryan. That's probably not going to be facing Roman at Mania.
I said heel. Heel. Christian is an amazing talent. I'm extremely happy for him. He looked incredible in the Mania. It was very, very stupid that the WWE left that money on the table. Just because imagine the merch they could have did. They could have had a run, like you said, a tag. They not even like
tag team title. Let's do it.
They don't even have to have a full tag team run, but they could have had like it could have bought time from Edge actually having the belt. If he doesn't win Mania, which he shouldn't, if he doesn't win Mania, then that's what he could fall into after the fact, or they could fight each other. It's just so much money that WWE left on the table, and that surprised me, but it doesn't shock me because you can see AEW is doing what WCW did and basically legends don't die. They just get fat moved to Jacksonville. So I feel like
Christian's in great shape, Joe.
No, in great shape. Fantastic. I'm not saying that he's fat. What I'm saying is it's a line from Jadakiss. But
there's a couple of talent.
Yes, a Jadakiss line. But it's but what I'm saying is Christian, it's a great move for them. I'm concerned about how they're going to use him there, but I'm just happy he's getting a check, to be honest. Like, shout out him. He worked his ass off to get back, and please don't die. Yes, please don't die. I don't know what I don't know who I would like to see him. You know what? I guarantee you he's going to come out and address the crowd, and fucking Cody Rhodes is going to come out, and I'm just going to throw every single TV out my fucking window.
Cody was like begging Sting for a match for like God knows what reason.
But you know what, guys? I mean, let's get the main event Mafia back together, shall we? Let's do it. I know Christian wasn't in there, but we're close.
And then they kicked his ass back in WWE. That's how it happened.
Yep. So, all right, let's talk about this main event, the exploding barbed wire death match for the AEW World Championship. Kenny Omega defeats Jon Moxley. Oh boy. Okay, so during the match, I thought the rope explosions were fine. I thought the barbed wire bat explosion was fine. Literally everything else explosion-wise was a problem. A big or a small problem because they were small explosions. I loved the rope break of the one-winged angel. I thought that was a very clever way to not kick out of it, but also to cause an explosion. And I know the post-match explosion left little to be desired, but I was sitting there watching Jon Moxley get his ass kicked, and I'm like, who the fuck is going to come out and help this dude? And then out comes fucking Eddie Kingston, and I go, you sons of bitches. And Eddie doing like Eddie only can. And I think, once again, this is huge for Eddie. I really, really am happy for him. I thought if the entire ring had fucking gone to high heaven like we thought it was going to, I think it would have been a perfect moment.
100%.
But We got these rinky-dink, shitty explosions. Now, I told you guys earlier about the quote, and it's in chat here again. Dominic put it in chat. Kenny Omega might be a bad son of a bitch, but he can't build an exploding ring worth shit. Now, Don made it seem like we built the ring, we've got a plan, so they could. I mean, I don't want to make excuses for this company, but they could fall back on he rigged it that way just in case. But then you can't have those two guys selling like they were dead at the end.
Or was it a joke on them to scare them and be like, there wasn't really an explosion? That was a lie. Because Kenny's a goofy guy.
Yeah, but I mean, if that was the case, I think Eddie shouldn't sell it because that was nothing. Like if you've watched the old FMW exploding rings, you're like, holy shit, how are those guys alive? Because they go all out with their explosions, and this was just like, ugh.
The benefit of the doubt, they worked their asses off.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't want to be in a match like this. It was the first ever for like AEW.
Yes.
I'm making so many excuses for them and trying to shine.
No. The match itself was good.
I'm trying to point out the good parts. And to your point, like I like the bat explosion was good. The using the foot to kick out the one-winged angel or whatever. My bad.
Yeah.
That was good. And like still protecting the move enough. Like he didn't kick out in Kenny's face. The move is still protected. The Eddie Kingston thing, like it's a cool callback to their feud and them being really close, supposedly knowing each other's moms or whatever. Like it was cool to showcase that friendship and showing there's still some sort of compassion between the two and empathy. And I thought, John Moxley chugging back some Jack Daniels before the match started was pretty badass and in character for him. Like only he could get away with that, and it's okay. Other than that, like it goes back to exactly what I said at the beginning. This just wasn't for me. Like everything else about it, like barbed wires and explosions, and it's not my thing. It just from start to finish, I was just like, why is this even a thing? What's the story here? Why did Kenny want this match? Nothing about the match made sense to why Kenny wanted this match at the end of the day. If John wanted this match, sure, but I just kept thinking, like, why would Kenny want to put himself, like, what was the point? To prove what? To who? You're a bad guy. You should try to sneak away with the title regardless of the fact. You shouldn't be trying to put you in situations that are harder for you. Yeah, you had the Good Brothers and people that had your back, but they didn't show up till the very end. Does this make Kenny? Do you feel like Kenny's any more of a tough guy now? I don't. It's just whatever. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. If he had won on his own, I think, but you got to keep Moxley strong.
Orton beat Cactus Jack by himself at the end of the day, and it made him look like a tough guy. Evolution just helped to carry him out. That's all they did. That's what needed to happen if you wanted Kenny to look like a tough guy.
You see Neesin rolling his eyes. What do you got to say here?
Justin and his love for Orton is like nauseating. But
nothing wrong with Orton.
No, nothing wrong. I said his love for Orton.
Oh, his love, his own personal love. Yes.
Yeah.
Edge as an example too. Edge speared Mick Foley through a table, made Edge.
There you go. Give me another one. But I forgot your. I know we're talking about like the promo, the pyro stuff, and then we got the reason what really kind of set me off my eye rolling thing is they had the match, which I thought it made sense because Moxley said, he's willing to do whatever to get back to the title. He said, you're gonna have to kill you, and so. What if you want to end somebody? If you want to end this feud with somebody, and you really want to, just like, all right, I gotta kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Let's do an exploding barbed wire.
Maybe I missed that part.
And so I thought, to me, that was the one thing that I really thought was well threaded was the story about Moxley is never going to give up and always going to be there until you literally have to put him down. And if you remember, Eddie Kingston was telling him that, like, you're going to have to put me down in order to stop me. And so he basically, put him down. And then Eddie Kingston went on this whole, like, he just felt he was, he basically, his life came apart. But at the end of the day, I thought when I seen him run out and he covers Moxley because he knows like, yo, you wouldn't let me do this. You try to help me do this. You try to save me and you had to put me down. I'm going to save you. And I felt like, oh man, like this is a great story. Eddie Kingston and Moxley, like they're going to be able to be together. It's going to be this thing. It's a full story being told within a story. I love it. Guys, if you're ever with your partner and you're driving down Pleasure Town and you run over a dog, Pleasure Town is not the destination anymore. That has been stopped. It has been a detour. And I felt like we were driving to Pleasure Town together as a fan base. And then we run over a dog right before we get there with the pyro. We can see Pleasure Town. We see it. And then just, oh my God, it's a dog. It's ruined. Oh, what do we do? Like, oh, we got to get out. Do we call the cops? No, do we get run? Do we got to turn back? What do we do? I don't know. Like all these questions come up. All these questions.
Which part of LA is that?
That is definitely
You haven't been there, then you
This seems like a extremely specific example.
Hey, I'm not saying I've been there, but I'm saying it's been there. What I'm saying is that just really messed up not only the pay-per-view, because that's the number one thing people are going to talk about. And that is going to that's going to highlight all the other things within the bad things that happen within that pay-per-view. And then it kills two storylines. It kills two. Oh, you're supposed to kill him. You're supposed to put him down, but you had fucking pyro sparklers. Oh, you were supposed to kill him. You were supposed to put him, or Eddie Kingston was supposed to save him. What was he saving him from? Smoke from the fucking pyros? Like, what was going on?
So
no one knows.
For like the old FMW matches, when the timer runs out, that is usually like a scene you see is one combatant covering the other. But the scene that happens after that is a wide shot of a ring fucking exploding.
Yes.
And then there is a lot of smoke and stuff like that. And then you eventually see that they are in the ruin of the ring, and it's a great visual. And that didn't happen. I mean, it was a callback.
They could have had Kane pyro from the top. Like, you could have made it look cool. Like, just, there was more pyros when Naito would change the hour than there was for this ring exploding.
There's more pyro in Cody's entrance than there was in the.
Be even better example. Like, why?
I want to see.
Cody should have booked this. It would have been extra as hell.
Oh yeah, he would have been like, and then I come out and I have a wand and I point at it and explosions happen.
Guys,
standing there strong.
Guys, Cody is on the big show, so he has to go big.
And then I'm the champion of all the belts are mine.
And then I just start posing, and the show goes off the air.
I can't wait to see a supercut of the end of this, the finish of this match with the Larry David theme song at the end.
It's probably up. It's up on Twitter probably already.
Can't wait to see it.
Oh my God!
Oh boy!
Moxley gone for a bit? Is Kingston going after Omega? Or is there a follow up here?
Dude, I would love to see Kingston Omega. I think that would be a lot of fun. But I don't know. I have no idea. Apparently, like we've heard, Moxley's doing the presser after, so he's fine. So we'll see. I don't know. I have no idea where we go with this.
I know where we go. To bed.
But Moxley's probably going to go be with Renee and spend some time with her. Yeah.
Congratulations.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here because holy hell, we spent a lot of time talking about this show, and
I mean, it was such a good show.
It was such a good show. I'm glad we talked about it at length. This was fun. This was fun.
When things are bad, there's more to talk about than when things are good.
Absolutely.
Especially
that's just the way it is.
Is that it?
Sorry, I was reading Kevin's comments here, but at least it wasn't as bad as December to November.
I'll plug my stuff. Follow me at the Wrestling Classic, TWC Worldwide on Twitter. All the links that are necessary on my bio. I've been writing articles for 1:37 p.m. Check those out. And the TWC show every Friday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all those cool places. And yeah, man, make sure you guys follow THS.Wrestling. Follow the page, man. We're going to keep popping it off and keep it growing. And the more you guys follow that page, maybe the more will pop up over here. You know what I mean? Keep doing the thing. Ooh, yeah.
Neesin, what do you got?
Guys, I'm just in a glass case of emotions because WandaVision ended. So, just follow me at Stay Fly Life and we could just cry our sorrows together. I think that's the right thing to do as and the back of Pingle White Vision comes from behind the curtain because it's the same colors.
Oh, look at that. I don't know. Follow me on JP Thrice on Twitter and Instagram, and I don't know, whatever. I do stuff there. I'm just so drained. From Cody Rhodes.
So excited to see what QT Marshall does.
Man, I can't wait. I hope top of the hour. QTY. Why'd you limit? Okay, guys, we're getting out of here. All right, Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News, YouTube.com/that hashtag show TV, Instagram.com/THS.Wrestling, and Twitch.tv/that hashtag show. But most importantly, guys, that hashtag show.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you guys next week.
Not going to play the side.